Hello, welcome to Catstercam the Outdoor Shop. Today I want to talk to you about the different type of trekking poles we do and how to choose which is going to be the best pole for you. One of the main things to look out for on any trekking pole is the tip, the point that makes contact with the ground. Now on all the ones we have here, all the Lecky ones, it's a tungsten carbide tip, which is an incredibly hard metal, and it's concave, so it's like a dome, an inward dome at the bottom, and it's got a biting edge all the way around. So when you're putting it on the ground, whichever angle you're hitting the ground from, it's got a biting edge and it's going to really bite into the ground there. A lot of poles you'll find, a lot of the cheaper poles, they just have a lump of alloy or a lump of steel on the end, and you put that down in the rock and it'll just slide from under you. We won't sell them on because we don't feel they're safe. Make sure the poles have got a tungsten carbide tip. Most poles will come with a basket of some sort. Now these ones come with what they call a trekking basket, which you can see here. It's a smaller circumference basket, and it's really so that you're not going to sink into soft boggy ground while you're walking. You can also get a snow basket here, which if you see, it's a larger circumference, bigger area, so as you're walking over powdered snow, that's just to stop the whole pole disappearing down. The way trekking poles work is that they have an expander at the top of each section. Now as you turn these, they expand out like that, basically like a roll plug, so they're going to expand out and grip on the inside of the tube, and that's where you get the friction that holds it all in place there. Now the expanders will wear out eventually. It's a softer bit of plastic compared to the aluminium that it's gripping against, so they will wear out eventually, but you can replace every part of them, the bottom section, the top section, as they wear out, they're all replaceable. With the Lecky poles we sell here, you can replace each section as well as the tip and the expanders. So if you lose a section or it gets bent or damaged, you can just replace that section and you don't need to replace the whole pole. So we'll start with the basic pole here. Now you've got the tungsten carbide tip at the end, so you're getting a good grip. You've got the trekking basket here, which is going to stop you sinking into softer ground. It's a 3-section pole, and at the end of each pole you've got the expander there, which are all replaceable. The poles come marked left and right. The only actual difference between them is on the handle. On the left one it'll twist one way, on the right one it'll twist another way, and it's purely so that when you're using them it's more comfortable on your wrist there. Although they say left and right, if you end up with a left one or a right one, you're left-handed or right-handed, it doesn't really make any difference. After the basic one you have the anti-shock. Now this is just the same as the previous one I've shown you. Tungsten carbide, 3-section aluminium tubing, the same expanders, same handle and webbing strap, but in this one it has a spring at the top there, so you've got about an inch of dampening. So as you're walking along, this is going to take quite a bit of the pounding out of your wrists. Now if you're walking only over boggy ground, you would never really notice that, you wouldn't notice it was there. But if you're walking on harder ground, harder trails or on the pavement, you really would appreciate that bit more dampening to take the pounding out of your wrists. The next pole I want to show you is the Soft Light here from Lecky. Now this is actually a slightly thinner aluminium tubing they use to get the weight down, so it is slightly lighter than the basic ones we were showing you there. But you've got the same tungsten carbide tip, the same trekking basket. These ones actually have a slightly better expander in them. This one here, it's a longer expander, and it gives you more friction, more surface area to grip on the inside of the pole. So they are a bit more secure that way. But the best bit about this one is when you're holding the pole, it's what they call a positive angle, so it's facing forward. So when you're holding that, it's naturally falling in front of you. So as you're descending off the hill, the pole's naturally falling at your feet, as opposed to the straight handle we have here, which you'll see that just falls at your feet. Another pole we have from Lecky is the Wanderfront. Now this is more of a traditional walking stick, where you've got a traditional T-bar handle on the top there. It's a 3-section pole. You've got the tungsten carbide tip and 3 sections of lightweight aluminium. So if you're used to using a normal walking stick and you want to continue using a walking stick, these have the benefit of collapsing down smaller, but if you're choosing a pole for the first time, you are better going for a more traditional walking pole. Your body's in a much stronger position holding the pole like that, rather than in your wrist like this. Another pole Lecky do is the Cumber. It's the same as the previous ones we were showing you. It's a 3-section aluminium pole with a tungsten carbide tip, but the difference on here is the expanders. Now instead of the other ones that have like a roll plug, this is a much more simple, just a lever there. You pull that through and tighten that up. The advantage of having the lever on the side like this is they're easier to use in the winter. If you're wearing mitts or gloves and you're going to be a bit more clumsy than usual, just having a big lever on the side there to adjust it, release, adjust, set again, much easier if you're wearing mitts or gloves. The next pole I want to show you is one we have from Black Diamond. Now this is slightly different to the previous ones we were showing you. This is called a Z pole for obvious reasons. It's super lightweight, I think it's about 240 grams. And to set this one up, you just push that through, they all clip into place. You have, the same as on the Kumba from Lecky, a little lever on the side, so if you need it longer for descents, you can pull that up to there. When you need it a bit shorter, just slide it down and pull the lever back over. It has a little button on the side that you press in, and then that releases them through, and that packs away small. That's a basic run through of the poles that we do. As with everything we do here, if you have any questions or you want to know anything more, please give us a ring or an email, just get in touch. We're always here and we're always happy to help. Thank you very much. Goodbye.